joining us. My name is Daniel Bell-Moran. I'm the International Recruitment Manager for the USA for the University of Southampton. I'm currently based regionally in Athens, Ohio. I'm joined by my colleague in the International Relations and Scholarships Manager role, Sarah Morse. And we also have a current student, Jack Leddy from the MSc in Maritime Archaeology program. So we'll run the session. We'll do our general information about Southampton itself, and then we'll go a little bit more into this current student perspective, and then we'll have a Q&A session at the end. So without further ado, I would like to introduce the University of Southampton. We are founding member of the Russell Group, and we have a variety of different areas of expertise when it comes to the research and academics that we're producing. Everything from AI and data science, sustainability and resilience, strong engineering focus, decarbonization. All of these research themes fall into a variety of different faculties where we have leading academics that are not only teaching, but also developing research within those fields. As a founding member of the Russell Group, we have a heavy research funding network. We're also a top 15 UK university. And then that's also supported by our diversity as an institution. We have roughly about 40% of our 30 to 40% of our student body being represented by countries all over the globe. And our faculty is also roughly 30% international as well. So students coming in, they'll be able to take advantage of those diverse perspectives and experiences there. We do also have a heavy emphasis on our employability, making sure that the knowledge transfer translates into career-ready areas. So for those students that are not only looking to go further in academia, but also translate their knowledge and research into the industry, we have a number of different partnerships that we like to highlight and also have students take advantage of as well. And to support that, we do offer a variety of different world-class facilities across our different areas of expertise. Our digital humanities sector that's at our Avenues campus that offers a variety of different options for students that are looking to translate their humanities research into a digital format. We have our waterfront campus. The National Oceanography Center has a variety of different robotics and then also testing environments that can support marine biology and oceanography research. We have 3 or 4 wind tunnels that are not only used for advanced aerodynamics research, but have often been used to support Formula One across the UK. So those students that are looking for a variety of options in order to test those research theories, they have those facilities that they can take advantage of there. We have also just broken ground on our new Institute for Medical Innovation that's going to bring our faculties within the medicine, engineering, and computer science departments together to develop further options as well. So there's continuous opportunities for access within the facilities within our PGT programs for those students. We offer a variety of different degrees across 7 different campuses within Southampton and Winchester. Our Highfield campus is our main campus that hosts the majority of our degrees, but we do also have specialized campuses in Boulderwood. That's where we have our towing tank for those students that are interested in maritime engineering, understanding the mechanics of waves and different ships. Our Avenue campus is home to our purpose-built archaeology facilities, which our student Jack can talk a little bit more about later, but that'll also host our digital humanities suite as well. Our city center campus, right in the center of Southampton, will offer a variety of different courses. And then, of course, our waterfront is what hosted the National Oceanography Center. So courses within not only maritime engineering, but marine biology, oceanography will have a variety of their facilities and courses held there. And for those students that are interested more in the arts and humanities, we do have our Winchester campus. It's a little bit north of the city. It's a historical capital of medieval England, lovely greenery, fantastic medieval architecture. That's a host to a number of our degrees in the fields of textiles and fine arts as well. Of course, one of the most important aspects of our campus is the life. We offer a variety of different options for students, across a variety of different interests. Of course, they are there to develop their academic pursuits, but, taking advantage of the student life, whether it's our library, our student union, or the religious services as well. There'll be an option for pretty much every student to take advantage of. And again, that's something that, whether or not they are going to be in the lab the entire time they're there, or if they just want to take advantage of, everything that Southampton has to offer. The campus life will be there to support that as well. In addition to our campus life, we have a variety of sports and societies on campus, over 370 societies there across a variety of different affinities and groups. Our sports are a great option as well. We have everything from club to competitive. And based on our location within the UK, we have a number of different sports within sailing, and then aquatic related sports there too. So these are all options that students can take advantage of. There's a number of certifications when it comes to scuba and diving that'll also be available to students, especially if they're pursuing those maritime fields. But at the same time, again, because of our location in the south of England, those are available to students regardless of what they're currently pursuing. We do also like to highlight the safety and well-being on campus. Southampton itself, we are very much a university town, so a lot of the facilities, a lot of the housing is going to be geared towards safety. We have an active bus network that students are get access to. But then there's also dedicated meet and greet services for those students that are either studying abroad for the first time and looking to get from Heathrow or Gatwick to the city itself. Uh, Again, this is one of those things that when it comes to the types of environments that your students are looking to go to, this is very much a university city. We are one of the main universities there. There's also Solent University within the city of Southampton, so has a large student population, and a lot of the amenities are geared towards that. It's a very interesting place on the south of England. We have a variety of different art venues, music. Then there's also a variety of festivals that'll happen throughout the year. It's a hub for a lot of the cruise ships that will come in across the channel, but there's also a variety of different kind of transportation methods there. So you'll have a diverse group of tourists, group of students, group of professionals that will cycle through the city, contributing to a very engaging environment for students to study. Again, we want to emphasize the walkability, and students can get access to, the bus systems. We have students that live on campus. We have students that live off campus as well. We're also surrounded by the New Forest National Park as well, so very quick access to nature for those students that are inclined toward that. And again, there's consistently something new happening at any point. So especially for those students that are considering the UK, they like the idea of London, but are looking for more of a concentrated environment. Southampton can be a great city for that. Also, you're only an hour and 20 minutes by train as well. So those students looking to take advantage of those additional amenities can use Southampton as a hub for themselves. So I'd mentioned our location. We're right there on the southern coast, historically a great port and maritime center for the UK. Now we are actually one of the largest automobile import centers. So there's a strong automotive and maritime industry in the area. We're only about an hour and 20 minutes by train from London. And then we have, you can also transfer in London, take a train and overnight, and you'll be up in Scotland as well. Accessibility is one of our great features. There is a local airport that can take students to mainland Europe if they're looking to supplement their research experience or looking to take advantage of those weekend travel opportunities as well. Again, we're about 500,000 people within the city itself, but then within the community itself of students, we're about 43,000 as well. As a part of our academic offerings, we do like to highlight our expertise within AI and data analytics. And as an important feature of that is that we've rolled out a new AI fluency course that is available to students regardless of their chosen degree. And for undergraduate students in the US that are coming to the UK, they probably have this, they're very much aware of, the different aspects of this, but this is just a supplemental course that can help students kind of either think about it in terms of how it might supplement their research further or look for ways in which they can go beyond and really focus on their academic pursuits. I had mentioned earlier in the presentation that we do have a strong emphasis on employability. We have a number of industry connections. There is an Airbus and Rolls-Royce Technology Center on campus and consistent connections across a variety of different industries within key fields. And to support that, students will have access to a variety of career advantage services. This is a new series that will actually be available to students even before they set foot on campus. So for those students who have accepted their offer and are looking to make that transition, there's a variety of webinars and resources that they'll have access to as before they get to campus, and then they'll be able to take advantage of the career services programming that's on campus as well. As a part of the student visa, those students have the ability either to work on or off campus for up to 20 hours a week. Up to 40 hours a week off term. But then also depending on the particular degree that they're pursuing, they could receive a postgraduate visa to stay in the UK for anywhere from 18 to 24 months, depending on the subject that they're after. And this kind of gives you a timeline of what that career advantage service looks for. Likely, a lot of the students coming into this program have a clear idea, either the subject and what types of industries they want to go into. This is something that'll help them to make the most of this particular web series as they can see which companies either have direct connections to their intended landing zone, either back in the United States or internationally. It's a variety of different bespoke career services that they can take advantage of. And that'll also include some coaching and networking opportunities as well. We have quite an active alumni network within the US and abroad. Students who've not only taken advantage of the startup environment in Silicon Valley, but also we have former ambassadors, a variety of banking and finance CEOs that have come through our program as well. So depending on where these students are looking to advance their career, where they're looking to advance their research, there's a variety of different career and alumni sources we can connect them with. And I've covered that as well there. Variety of workshops on campus, and then support for visa applications too. We also have a very vibrant startup environment on campus. We have our Future Worlds incubator that will do a lot of kind of engagement with startups within the US and San Francisco and other areas of the country. One of the great things to highlight about Southampton is that we are one of the largest universities with spin-out support. So we have consistently had a number of not only aerospace, but also data analytics, medical startups that have come through the university. So especially for those students that you're advising that are entrepreneurial minded, this is something to highlight to them as they have support for that, not only through the incubators themselves, but we do also have our law clinic that can help students incorporate and go through the legal aspects of their potential projects. Now, in terms of our highlighted fields, there's a variety of different areas of impact that Southampton academics really focus on. Everything from AI, cybersecurity. We have MSc degrees in artificial intelligence, but then also combined degrees within artificial intelligence and management, various elements of cybersecurity. Our climate science programs range from degrees in sustainability, but also environmental management, geography as well. And then within the advanced engineering field, we have very specific degrees, everything from race car aerodynamics and computation, but then also courses such as maritime ship science, yachts and high performance vehicles. And then these courses and these subject matters, they also extend into our humanities fields as well. So everything from digital humanities to natural heritage, archaeology, bioarchaeology. All of these courses will have a strong emphasis on that, knowledge transfer, but also, industry applications too. So we have 5 different faculties. So everything from arts and humanities, environmental life sciences, medicine, engineering and physical societies. Then also within our business school as well, the Marshall does not cover MBA programs, but we do have a number of one-year MSCs and courses such as management, finance, financial technology as well. And this is just a brief view of all the different faculties and areas of expertise. We do have very interesting fields, not only maritime engineering, we also have the Institute for Sound and Vibrational Research. So for those students interested in acoustical engineering, they can take advantage of that. Variety of different public health and medical technology courses as well. Each of these will likely be within that 12 to 16 month 1-year PGT. We do also offer several 2-year PGR programs. So depending on the goals of your student, and you can also reach out to me or Sarah about identifying the type of program that might be the best fit for the particular research needs of your students too. So going into a little bit more depth here, accommodation for students that have successfully received an offer and intend to apply, and then they've also received their Marshall Scholarship acceptance. We do have a variety of accommodations, not only on campus, but off campus as well. It's guaranteed for those students that not only accept their offer, but input their deposit by, I believe it's typically June 30th. These can either be directly on the Highfield campus or they can be a little bit further spread out. Generally, our international student body, we have the Mayflower halls. We have Glen Eyre as well, which are closer to the Highfield campus as well. But again, we do also have students that take advantage of off-campus housing as well, and that can be accessed through our student union. They hold a database of off-campus opportunities, especially for those students that are looking for a different type of housing experience. For those guaranteed accommodation on campus, we have a number of amenities. These are typically going to be either single suites or individual suites within a larger group setting as well. So there's a variety of options for those students that are looking for that, especially if they're pursuing a research lab-heavy degree. They may choose to take those on-campus accommodations just for proximity's sake. And with that kind of concludes our general information session about the university. I'd like to turn it over briefly to Jack Leddy, our current student perspective, just to give us a sense of what motivated him as a student to come to Southampton, but also a little bit about the research experiences that he's taken advantage of so far.
Hey, thanks for that, Daniel. So my name's Jack. I'm from Maine, and I did my undergrad at Vassar College in New York. And so part of the reason that I wanted to come to the University of Southampton was for this specific maritime archaeology degree. A lot of the things that Daniel was highlighting are really kind of borne out in this particular department. Things like emphasis on employability, a sort of future orientation, using things like AI and machine learning, exposing students to those, and just having really state-of-the-art technology and facilities for people to pursue their own interests. And I found that it's been really useful in that sense, coming from my background of a more liberal arts type of education, coming to a place like Southampton, that's a much bigger research university. It's given me the chance to do a bit more of that pragmatic, career-oriented type of skills learning that maybe isn't as common at a smaller college in the United States. And they both have their place, of course, but it's cool to see both sides of that. And as I'm looking to step into careers, they really do a great job of setting you up for whatever it is you want out of your future in the world. If it's academia, going into a PhD, if it's just finding a job straight away. In this specific department, I've noticed a lot of really deep ties with the world of maritime archaeology. A lot of the biggest organizations within the UK have a lot of our lecturers are sitting on their boards or are very familiar or even founding members. Things like the Honor Frost Foundation, the Maritime Archaeological Trust. These won't mean much to people who aren't interested in maritime archaeology, but it's really everyone who's in on the ground floor of that world in England somehow seems to have a tie back to Southampton. Um, Even a lot of our lecturers came out of this particular master's. You can see there's a really interesting and really nice kind of pipeline to put you into a career. In terms of opportunities that I've personally encountered and taken advantage of, one of the best things I've done is I was able to get a work placement with the Honor Frost Foundation, who support all kinds of maritime archaeological research in the Mediterranean, which was my research interest coming into the master's degree. And I was working with people who, again, have a lot of ties with Southampton and doing archival research within our own Hartley Library, archives that the university holds for them. And I was actually able to have a bit of my writing published on their website. So that's a great opportunity. Got the chance to meet people, hone research skills, and get my name out there on a piece of academic writing on the internet. So all of these are great, like CV builders, great stepping stones. In terms of the actual course itself, too, there were loads of really great practical, hands-on, in the field type of things. We were able to go out and do geophysical survey in the Solent, do intertidal boat wreck survey in Wales. These things are all covered, paid for by the course, and you have the professors there every step of the way, showing you how everything works, introducing you to more people, and yeah, giving you every opportunity to pick out which things you're most interested in, which things that excite you, and pursue those. I think that's about all I had prepared. If there's anything else you want me to cover, Daniel.
No, fantastic. I guess at this stage, can you tell us a little bit more about your experience at the Avenue campus, and is your experience limited to Avenues, or have you taken advantage of the other campuses as well? How interconnected are they from your experience?
Sure. Yeah, so yeah, Avenue campus is where the archaeology building and most of the humanities stuff happens. So I've spent a lot of time here, but I have used Highfield as well for the main library is on Highfield campus. So I go there to do that. I had a couple of courses. There are some humanities buildings scattered around. So there is a lot of integration, and it's a really easy, nice 15-minute walk between the two. So it's easy to go back and forth during the day. But yeah, my experience has primarily been at Avenue, and it's really fantastic because you have a lot of integration between undergraduates, postgraduate taught, postgraduate researchers, and I alluded a little bit to the facilities earlier, but there's lots of computer labs, and they just recently produced this massive lab for, I think it's Coastal and Inland Waters Heritage Facility, but they basically have really powerful computers that are built to support things like machine learning, really powerful computing. I've used those for things like GIS, things like 3D modeling. They also have lots of equipment you can take out for those purposes, things like GNSS probes, cameras. And yeah, it's a very convivial space. I'm constantly running into my professors, constantly running into fellow students, students who are in the PhD. So you have countless opportunities to connect with those people. And just like whether it's talking in the hallway or like sitting down and having a coffee together at the cafe, um, yeah, everyone's very available, even though they are busy, naturally being like a lot of the lectures are very much in demand and at the top of the field, but still totally down to earth. And yeah, being on Avenue, a bit of a smaller campus, gives you a really great opportunity to have those personal connections with people, as well as these like state-of-the-art facilities.
Excellent. And can you speak a little bit to your experience in student life as well? Obviously, with the PGT program being so condensed, what types of, student life opportunities have you taken advantage of during the year that you've been there?
Sure. Yeah, so I've been involved, as you might expect, with maritime archaeology, with the diving society, the Sub-Aqua Club, and the Archaeology Society. Um, so those have both been really fantastic in terms of, especially with those first couple of months being from out of the country and wanting to meet people and build up a social community. The Archaeological Society organizes things like quiz nights, hands-on demonstrations of flint napping, and then something as informal as like a pub crawl. So there's loads of opportunities to get more involved with archaeology or just meet people socially. The diving club is the same, with the added caveat that they also provide a lot of really great support in terms of getting your dive certification if you don't have that, and just putting in reps, practicing your skills, learning how to operate the kit, and all of those things. Yes, those are my two main experiences with the student life.
Fantastic. And I think I should ask, you know, based on our current audience, we'll probably have a lot of advisors in the group. Can you speak a little bit to your experience working with faculty within the department and how that advising has supported you in your dissertation and research so far?
Yeah, absolutely. So immediately when you get here for the PGT program, they set you up with a personal academic tutor or a PAT. And this is someone who's essentially your point person for the whole year. For more general questions, mine is not someone who's in maritime archaeology, but he is an archaeologist. And it's meant to be a bit of a third party outside of your specific department, to give advice, help you if you need practical things like deadline extensions or just like talk through research opportunities. That's been really useful. And I was saying it's a really nice space and campus, and the professors are great at building that more kind of personal, down to earth relationship. So I've never felt intimidated about asking for advice, taking meetings. And I think that of people who are really, really high level in their field, but also easy to connect with on the human level has made it really great because it's totally easy to approach people and they're constantly telling you, oh, you're interested in this. Every meeting I have, they're pointing me to two other people that I could talk to about it as well, in addition of like, oh, well, this reminds me of this person's research interests. So everyone's really connected. The staff are all very friendly with each other and with all the students.
Yeah, no, I mean it kind of speaks to the highly interconnected nature of our faculty and their research area. We have a number of different U.S. Partners, not only for global mobility, but also across research areas. I know the archaeology department works pretty closely with their counterparts at Eastern Carolina University within that
Mhm.
maritime area. We have across different disciplines within aerospace. We have work quite closely with Embry-Riddle, Penn State as well. So the connections that those students coming into this program from the United States, it's either that ability for them to kickstart their career within the UK or globally, but also, there are transition paths back to the United States depending on which directions they look to go. And I should ask, Jai, I know this is a dreaded question, but do you have a particular next steps that you're looking forward to?
Yeah. Yeah, so basically, I do want to move back to the United States, which I guess before I was talking mostly about connections and pathways within the UK, but they definitely do exist. As you were saying, it's a really international faculty, and they're doing research that is involving people from all over the world. So a couple of things, I've been able to attend a couple of different conferences and talks outside of Southampton, one in Portsmouth, one in London, where you have people from all over the world that are attending and teams of interdisciplinary, international researchers. So essentially, my biggest takeaways apart from, I mean, those are the two things, is the connections and the skills, because those are both really unparalleled. And so my plan is to essentially pursue maritime archaeology as much as I can within my home region of New England. We spoke about this a bit before, but in a field that's very small, you may have to expand beyond where you expect. But there are opportunities, and Southampton is a name, especially in maritime archaeology, that people around the world recognize and respect, and we'll see that on your resume. And honestly, odds are they also went here, had some connection or research project. So it's a great little thing to have, just even the name alone, let alone all of the people and connections that you make beyond that.
Absolutely. Um, in terms of when you were doing your research post undergrad, had Southampton immediately come to mind, based on the research you had already been doing, or was that a connection that you had made through a faculty member? What process did you go through not only to, do your research, but also land on the program that you end up pursuing?
Yeah, sure. So I landed on Southampton because if there's any students of archaeology in the audience, they'll know that typically in your second or third year of undergrad, you do a field school. And the one that I landed in was underwater archaeology. It was something that I didn't really know anything about until I saw it online advertised and did it kind of on a whim, totally fell in love with it. And it was immediately on my radar at Southampton was because one of the students that I did the field school with was on his way to a master's degree at University of Southampton, and all of the faculty were involved in a research project, the Black Sea Maritime Archaeology Project, funded by the University of Southampton and in partnership with a lot of their staff. Yeah, so like I said, it's hard to find a space in maritime archaeology that Southampton hasn't touched. So it was a pretty much from the start, it was on my radar. And then in terms of the other universities in the United States, like East Carolina or Texas A&M, I think I chose this mostly out of interest in an international experience and just, broadening the horizons a bit with a different academic world than I had seen before.
Fantastic. And I guess to kind of close out just this section, what is from your time in Southampton itself, do you have any particular, recommendations on where to go? Do you have a favorite spot to either study or spend time with friends?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, so there's definitely a couple. I think the biggest ones. So I live I'm in Orion Point, and so I'm a little bit away from the campus region, or from where a lot of the undergrad students typically live. But I have really enjoyed. There's a cafe called the Happy Bean near to me that is fantastic. Great Wi-Fi, friendly people, good coffee. I love going there for a couple hours to study. And then a pub called the Cricketer's Arms, which is another really nice, feels neighborhoody, a lot of just local faces coming in. People seem to know each other. So those are my two spots that I like a lot.
Excellent. I mean, it's for, it's a dense city. It's about a quarter of a million people within, the broader Southampton region. But, the way that, a lot of our students experience it is that it's a close-knit student community as well. So for the right, for those students that you're advising, or for those of you that are looking for an environment like that, Southampton is a great option. Thank you, Jack. And I guess at this stage, we'll open it up to questions, either about, for Jack about the experience, for me about the application process. Sarah, feel free to chime in with any other kind of logistical insights as well. We want to make sure that you have all the information you need to either advise, or if you're making the application yourself, we're happy to support you.
What a wonderful presentation, guys. Thank you so, so much for your time today. Um, I guess, yeah, one of the questions I would kind of love to learn more about is, can you tell me a little bit more about this sort of, you mentioned kind of maritime as being a big area of interest, but I'm just wondering if you could talk about maybe some of the other programs that are of particular interest to American university students at the University of Southampton. So where do you get your big pull from amongst the American audiences?
Absolutely. So, we have a number of courses within marine biology and oceanography. So we have advanced oceanography techniques where we see a lot of students either coming from coastal regions with the US or biology programs at universities where they do have a little bit of focus on marine, but the location or just the number of courses that they have it allows them to expand past that. So within the biological sciences, there is that marine and oceanography focus. We do also have a strong focus on maritime engineering. And that's quite an expansive field where we get interest from everything from subfields within yachts and high performance vehicles. We also have sustainability and energy infrastructure for those students that are interested in offshore kind of energy engineering or coastal management as well. Uh, it depends on, if you're advising students coming from engineering backgrounds, if they're looking for, ways in order to expand that as well. It's quite, I don't want to say that it's expansive at every aspect of maritime research, but it's pretty uh, you'll likely find a lot of students that and faculty members that focus on, every aspect of maritime that you could possibly imagine. So we do, you know, everything from ship science to, coastal
Thanks.
ecosystems, offshore energy infrastructure.
Yeah. That's really fantastic. And I think particularly within Marshall, it's an area that we're seeing increasing interest in amongst our applicants as well. So it's great to know that there's platforms and institutions that really have those strong specialisms like the University of Southampton. So thank you for taking the time to share that. I think if there are no further questions, we'll go ahead and tie this afternoon's session up here. But many thanks to Jack, Daniel, and Sarah for a wonderful series of presentation today on the University of Southampton and its unique place as a center of maritime excellence on the south coast of England. We look forward to connecting with you all at our next Marshall Monday on the 17th of August, where we'll welcome Loughborough University and welcome you to keep an eye out on the Marshall website, where we'll be featuring some more content about the University of Southampton, including blog posts and other photographs that'll give you a really good idea of what the campus looks like. Other than that, thank you guys so much for your time today. I wish you all a wonderful start to your week, and I look forward to seeing you at our next Marshall Monday. Thanks, everyone. See you soon. Bye.